Mhm.
Basically, for most companies, 90% students can't make out of the coding test round.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Give us a brief introduction about you.
Hello, Kushal. I am Pawan Kolia from NIT Jalna. I am a third year computer science student. My domain of expertise is web development, and I'm also into competitive programming. I have recently cracked an internship offer at Disha, so that's it.
Okay, great, Pawan. So let's move on to our next question. So, Pawan, what's the opportunity that you cracked recently at D Shaw? Is an off-campus or an on-campus opportunity? And do you have some idea about the profile that you are being offered?
So, Kushal, I cracked the opportunity in Disha is for summer intern, 2 month summer internship. It was an on-campus opportunity at NIT Jalandhar, and as of now, I don't really have an idea about the profile. It would be member technical, but specific, no, I don't have any idea right now.
Okay. Pawan, please, throw some light over the process of your hiring and what were the rounds and what was the difficulty level of those rounds? I mean, what kind of questions were asked?
So basically, the complete hiring process for Disha was on campus at NIT Jalandhar. So the initial screening they did on the basis of CGPA. It was
Okay.
7 CGPA. All the circuit branches was allowed. CS, EC, ICE branches were allowed in the process. So initial screening they did at 7 CGPA. After that, they hosted a technical test on HackerRank. The test consisted of coding questions
Mhm.
and basic technical like OOPS, DBMS questions, MCQs on that, and two coding questions.
Okay.
Mm. After that, they screened around 15 to 18 students, and there were two rounds of interviews, 1 hour each. In each round, basically, they had two interviewers, and they asked two technical questions and one small, we would say, puzzle based upon probability.
Okay.
So in first round, they majorly, for me, they majorly asked questions on trees. Both the questions were both based upon trees, and the small
Okay.
probability puzzle, easy puzzle. After
Okay.
that, first round, they screened 6 students.
Mhm.
So I was one of them, and then they took the second round of the interview on the same day,
Okay.
and that was also 1 hour interview, two questions. In that they covered graph and greedy problem for me, one puzzle, and that's that. After that they delivered the list of selected students.
Wow,
So there
great.
was one coding round.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
to summarize, there was one technical round that was coding plus MCQs, two
Mhm.
interview round, each having two interviewers and two questions plus one probability puzzle.
Okay. That's nice. So, Pawan, in your preparation, you might be using some resources. So, what are those resources, and were those resources paid or unpaid? And what are your thoughts over, that?
So basically, all the resources that I have used were unpaid. I didn't subscribe to any courses or that as such. Majorly for preparation, I used LeetCode. Means the
Okay.
basic platform where I did all my interview preparation was LeetCode.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of open resources. Like there are a lot of LeetCode lists that you could find on internet. Like there's a blind 75 questions list, and there are a lot of question-wise lists. So that you can use for LeetCode preparation. Those are really good. And that LeetCode is as a very good benefit that it has a limited good quality question. So you can just go through them and it would really help your concept. Second, I was doing CP. So yeah, I solved problems of CP majorly on code forces.
Okay, that's great.
So that really helped me speed and basically pressure management. So I
Okay.
used code forces to solve problems on code forces and lead code. If I had to study some topics, I usually prefer written material over videos. I find it more
Okay.
intuitive. So
Mhm.
I used to read blogs like there's top coder blogs
Mhm.
that I really used or preferred, and then there are lead code editorials, and sometimes I would go through YouTube videos. So
Okay.
majorly I use these three resources only.
ग्रेट मैन एंड या बट क्या होता है ना स्टूडेंट जैसे एक टाइम मेरा भी ये सिचुएशन मेरे साथ भी थी मुझे लगता था यार लीड कोड पे है ना कुछ ज्यादा ही टफ क्वेश्चंस होते हैं और जीएफजी पे इतने टफ क्वेश्चंस नहीं होते तो तुमने कभी ये चीज एक्सपीरियंस करी है और तुम्हारे क्या थॉट्स हैं इसके ऊपर कि जीएफजी पे इजी साइड पे होते हैं क्वेश्चंस या फिर लीड कोड पे टफर साइड पे होता है
So GFG पे मैंने जितना एक्सपीरियंस करा, GFG has a very large quantity of questions. There are lots and lots of questions. तो सर उसमें easy, even there is like beginner, very easy. So they have created very lot of types and a lot of questions lies in those sections. तो yes, तक GFG में questions, easy questions काफी ज्यादा हैं. और basically अगर आप बात करें unpaid paid resources, I don't have any problem with paid resources. अगर if you are finding a good paid resource, then go for it. मतलब एक organized course, it helps.
ओके
Basically जब तक मैंने start करा, I was doing programming from a long time, like 11th
वाओ
class. So when I started, so I had basic lens of DSS, so I didn't find it worth buying a course. And second
Oh.
point वही कि मुझे textual material ज़्यादा prefer करता हूँ, so I don't try to avoid videos. So I didn't buy course for that reason. As
Okay.
if you are finding a good course, then go for it. It's
Okay.
worth it.
Okay, great man.
पवन, जो ये फिनटेक कंपनीज होती है इसमें एप्टीट्यूड बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करता है, तो तुम बता सकते हो कि कुछ यूजफुल रिसोर्सेज जो तुमने यूज करे फॉर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर एप्टीट्यूड, एंड क्या क्या टॉपिक्स कवर होते हैं इन पर्टिकुलर एप्टीट्यूड में?
Yes, so aptitude is a very important part. मतलब आजकल तो a lot of companies are asking
Yes.
aptitudes. They are majorly MCQ questions in the test. So like they are very standard websites. मतलब अगर आप topics की बात कर रहे हो तो like what we are studying from the childhood, like simple that boat clock questions, and they're like standard 15-20 categories of questions that you need to practice. So मतलब I used indiabix.com, and there is a page like on GFG and many other websites where you can find a list of topics. So what I used to do was like find a topic, like just today I want to solve stream questions. So just I would Google them, read about them, and solve questions. So that is how I prepared for my like these aptitude questions.
एंड हैव यू आल्सो प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर पजल्स? बिकॉज ऐसा मैंने देखा है कुछ कंपनीज पजल पूछ लेती हैं, कुछ पजल्स नहीं पूछती हैं, तो हैव यू प्रिपेयर्ड एंड फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड?
Specifically, I didn't prepare for the puzzles, but I was asked probabilities. But there were simple probability puzzles in my interviews. One puzzle in both of my interviews, actually. But yeah, I
Okay.
didn't specifically
Great.
prepare for them.
So Pawan, as you told us that you are being doing programming since a long time, and you are also involved in competitive programming as well. So what are
Yes.
your views on competitive programming? Is it a must-do, or if we can neglect that too? I mean, student can neglect that or not?
For competitive program, I would say it's not a must do, but if you can, you should do it. It's very, very, very helpful for your process. Like if cracking interviews about stamina and like doing DSA problems is like running, then competitive programming is like hiking.
समझ रहे हैं ना आप? लेकिन सुन के अच्छा लगा.
It is the best way to prepare. Means it would build the stamina in the best possible way, or you could say it will build your skills in the best possible way.
Okay.
It would teach you to perform under pressure. It would teach you to do questions fast. It would teach you to how to encounter new problems that you may face during the coding test. Basically, for most companies, 90% students can't make out of the coding test round.
Yes.
That's the major bottleneck. So competitive programming is very similar to that coding test. It's essentially the programming question. So that would help you, competitive programming would help you to clear that bottleneck. So if you can do it, then you must do it. It would be very, very helpful for you.
Yeah, very true. So eventually, how competitive programming helped you during your journey, when you started preparing and when you cracked the issue?
I started my serious preparations, like aligned preparations for tech exams in like the starting of fourth semester, you can say January, Feb. But I was doing competitive programming from the previous year, let's say August, September, from the third sem. So by the time I started, I found two things. Like logic to code conversion was very, very fast. Like I never made mistakes. If I have the concept in my mind, I was almost always able to code it directly. So I
Okay.
won't make like compilation mistakes, or like I won't get stuck while coding. So it helped me in my speed a lot, and most of the basic concepts of work clear to me because I was doing CP from the past. So whenever I was solving problems on, let's say, lead code, competitive programming helped me boost my confidence a lot. I was faster. I was making less mistakes. Like if I wrote a code, it's rarely that it would get compilation or even logical errors. Because I was able to logic to code conversion was my very clear and crisp. That way, competitive programming helped me, and I was able to solve problems faster.
तो तुमने जैसे बताया कि तुम्हारा कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग में काफी ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है और काफी टाइम से तुम कर रहे हो, तो तुम कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग और प्रोजेक्ट्स में किस हिसाब का बैलेंस, मतलब तुम्हारे हिसाब से क्या किसको ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देनी चाहिए?
मेरे हिसाब से तो both are very very important, and means you should find a fine balance between both of them. Like technical skills which you learn from the projects are equally important as much as your problem solving skills that you develop during competitive programming. So you should try to find a fine balance between both of those. Like nothing should be lacking behind, and you should get both of them. I would not say equally, but to a balance where you think you are good at both of them.
ओके, ग्रेट ग्रेट, ओके ओके। और तुम्हारे हिसाब से अगर कल इंटरव्यू है तो लास्ट टाइम टिप्स क्या होंगी कि यार यहाँ से फटाफट क्विकली इसे स्किम कर सके हम?
Okay.
तो कौन सी वेबसाइट्स होंगी और क्या करना चाहिए?
Okay. So last minute अगर मेरे पास एक दिन है preparation के लिए, तो there is a repository on GitHub known as interview handbook or something like, so it's just a reading मतलब dot markdown file with all the topics listed and a brief description of all data structures, their insertion, deletion, time complexities, all the algorithms, their worst case, best case, and how they work. So I would skim through that and see from there I could know which one I remember properly and which one I am confused. So I could go down and study those. And then there is another tech interviews handbook that is also on GitHub. So you could go to their website. It is also, it's hosted as GitHub pages. So it is very wonderful resource. Like you could find last minute tips, how to handle interviews, and a lot of tips. So these are my last two resources. And yes, the topic that I am lagging, I would revise them. The algorithm that I am lagging, while reading those, I will revise them. And finally, I would go on like websites like GFG, and nowadays there are many others. And I would skim through the interview experiences. Like each company stays special focus on special domains or like special parts. So yeah, for that I would go for interview experiences also.
Finally, Pawan, what is the biggest piece of advice that you've got in your journey till now, and I mean that you are following even today? What are your what is the biggest piece of advice that you want to give to your juniors?
Okay, so biggest piece of advice that I would give to my juniors would be commit your time.
Okay.
Nothing would happen if you put your time in it. Like if you want an internship and there's 5 months, commit daily like 2 hours to it without an excuse. Accept college about leaving everything aside, at least commit 2 hours a day or like a fixed amount of time and commit it regularly. It's not like I'll do in 1 month and I'll leave for 2 months. You will forget everything. Specifically in terms of DSA, you will forget. So maintain consistency, commit your time. And one more thing I want to say that luck plays a decent role in the journey. Like sometimes for a single company also your luck may be not good. But if you are hard work and you are working consistently, and then eventually you will overpay that luck.
Yes.
So, hard work and consistency is the most important thing that you need to have at this moment.
Exactly. और यार लक भी उसी का साथ देता है जो हार्ड वर्क करता है, तो डेफिनेटली आई मीन
एक बार खराब होगा, लग 2 बार खराब होगा, तीसरी बार तो हो जाएगा.
हो ही जाएगा. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. You just have to keep on trying. So this is it, Pawan. We really had a good discussion. बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके. आपने बहुत I guess सबको बहुत informative चीजें जानने को मिली होगी.
आशा करता हूँ आपको बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला होगा इस वीडियो से. पवन से आपको अगर और कोई भी सवाल पूछना है तो लिंक्डइन पे उनसे कनेक्ट कीजिए. मैंने उनकी लिंक्डइन आईडी डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मेंशन कर रखी है. मुझसे आपको कोई भी सवाल हो तो प्लीज़ कमेंट डाउन बिलो. और जो भी कंपनी का आपको एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए, बहुत सारी कंपनीज लाइन में यार, और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें कर रहा हूँ, कंटेंट बना रहा हूँ, तो सपोर्ट करते रहो. सब्सक्राइब कर दो चैनल को, लाइक ज़रूर कर देना वीडियो को यार, शेयर करो अपने दोस्तों के साथ. तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर, मिलता है अगले वीडियो में.